Okay, so I just hit the start stream button on OBS, and congratulations! It looks like we're live.
Yay!
Hope that's working. Hope this is the microphone that comes through here. Yeah, it looks like it. Hello, folks. Welcome to anybody who might just happen to be watching this evening. Tonight I'm going to be trying out a brand new game. Brought to you by my lovely co-host here. Say hello to Amanda.
Hello! I am Amanda, but I also go by the moniker Abigail, or Albigail, as I'm commonly known in the comment section of one Mr. Jaimetud's streams. And tonight we got a little special treat for y'all tonight. One of my favorite personal games that I've played throughout high school and college and all the way up until now. It's a little game about a little wolf and a little bug called OKAMI.
Yeah, yeah, I know you've been trying to sell me on this game since forever.
Well, since I've known you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love this game, not only because of its visually appealing presentation, I will say, but the story's great, the characters are very hilarious and well-rounded, and it's a really just fun game to play whenever you just need to de-stress.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd always heard of this game before. I remember when it was first coming out, just people were being sold on the graphics alone. Like, you know, that was the big kicker for it. So we'll see if this thing lives up to its expectations. And while we're doing this, what I'm going to do is, are you watching the stream, or should I go ahead and do a share screen with you?
If you wouldn't mind doing a share screen, just so my computer doesn't get too bogged down.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully that works. Now, while you're doing that, though, I will. I figured I might as well give a little info dump on the game itself. Now, this game was released back in 2006 on the PlayStation 2 originally by a little-known creator called Hideki Kamiya.
Okay.
I'm getting a little bit of what is it?
Feedback?
Reverb.
Oh, you're hearing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what. I'm gonna turn on. Because it's sharing system sound first. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop screen sharing.
Yeah, let me just bring up the thing then. But while I do bring it up, but yeah, this was made back in 2006 by Hideki Kamiya of Devil May Cry and Bayonetta fame. Now, of course, I believe Devil May Cry was out around this time. I know it got its debut on the PlayStation 2 as well. And, yeah, made by the same company, Capcom, but, well, I should say Capcom owns the IP, but back then it was made by a little less known studio known as Clover Studios, which has now gone defunct, but most of the development team has been kind of reabsorbed into what is now known as Platinum Games.
Okay. So that's our backstory behind this.
Now, from what I remember about this game back when it was first released, is it wasn't very well known. It was kind of like a very niche title. It wasn't very mainstream looking. It was just mostly because of the story and the art. Not a whole lot of people were digging it too much, at least until it got a port over to the Wii, which was honestly, I feel, what saved this project.
I see.
In the long run.
So that's where it found its audience.
Well, as well as some hype from like G4 TV and all the gaming rags out there.
Okay. Well then, this is definitely going to be something to check out. Open options. You gotta love that on computers. It just wants you to decide, oh, keyboard or controller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and close.
This game, even though it can be played with keyboard, it just feels more natural with a controller because it got started on the PlayStation.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my darndest to make this work in full screen right now, but there's something. Uh-oh.
Are you streaming on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you looking on Twitch?
yeah. Hold on, let me switch over.
Oopsie.
Where are you in the progression while my computer loads?
Just adjusting the graphics display right now.
Now the good thing about these versions, the funny thing about Okami is that it's such a cult classic now that all Capcom seems to be doing anymore is just re-releasing it with higher graphic I don't want to say intensity, but
resolution.
Yeah, and they just make it a prettier picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hence the whole HD reboot route. Well, seeing as I have a little bit of an issue here going completely full screen on this, what I'm going to do is switch the resolution over to 1080 mode and just have it going on window here.
Okie dokie.
Okay, never mind. Full screen works now.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
Made. Yes. Okay, exit options. Okay, so from there on, I'm just going to go ahead and do a new game here. Unfortunately, since you're watching the screen, the screen. I'll tell you what. How about I got a better idea. I'm gonna stream the game to you over Skype, but just turn the sound up. Does that work?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'm thinking about like possible delay anyway.
Alright, share screen. No computer sound.
Okay. That works. Yeah, that works. I've played this game like hundreds and hundreds of times, so I kind of know what the sound basically is like. Yes, akin to like the Banjo-Kazooie just babble, but at least it's not as annoying as Banjo-Kazooie babble.
Hey, it's me, Slippy the Frog.
Didn't you die in an R-Wing crash? He didn't do a barrel roll.
Alright, moving back to full screen mode here. Exit options confirmed. Yes. And exit. Yes, I want a normal camera. Okay. Here we go. New game.
OKAMI.
Origami? Origami! That's what it sounded like.
OKAMI.
Mm-hmm.
I think his screen froze on my end.
Here we have what's known as the Kurosawa effect. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hamlet? I didn't know we were doing Shakespeare.
Yeah, the screen froze on my end, sweetie.
Uh-oh. What should we do?
I don't know. Let me see where you are on the thing. Well, it says now loading on my end.
Okay. Proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Cherry bomb. God. No wonder the civilization failed. Kenzie Hope Ann said was going to go to bed, but got a notification you were streaming. Well, welcome aboard.
Indeed. Well, we try to figure out these technical issues.
However, the village was not without its dark secrets. I sound like I'm mimicking the voice in the game, and I sound like I'm trying to do Eric Cartman's voice.
Yeah, you do kind of sound like that.
Good night, Devane. A fearsome cave-dwelling beast. Remains offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. You animals. Body like a mountain, 8 heads mounted on that. Oh, don't you dare discuss her figure like that. Its blood-red eyes were alone said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared to disobey the horrific beast. Well, okay. Some things you don't do.
No, not Orochi. Or, I'm sorry, as it's pronounced, Orochi.
I'm going to say Orochi is what we had to fend off back when I lived in New Orleans as a kid.
Indeed.
And they were big. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, ooh, doggy.
Puppy!
A mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat is brilliant as snow, is dubbed Shiranui.
Shiranui, yes.
Okay. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village. He made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. Oh, basically, it was so he's basically this the city's furry version of the Proud Boys.
If you want to compare it to that.
People,
but a lot nicer.
I guess so. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. Ah, yes. They were so familiar, they were college roommates. And they traveled to the left. Faced the fearsome Shiranui. Well, that was a mistake now, wasn't it? Warrior Nagi? Oh, yes. Sounds like Nagi. Switchboarded by Shiranui's swift movements. It looks like Sword of the Berserk there.
Yeah, his sword is, like, ridiculous in this game.
I look forward to challenging it. The Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. And it said, "Message for you, sir."
I bring grave news.
Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft. Ew.
It's old-timey telling, so yes.
Up. You know what? I think I discovered which one was the zapped controller.
Uh-oh.
The home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. I'm gonna rectify this situation right now. Don't worry. Luckily I have... Yes. For those of you watching right now, I had a busted controller there. I thought I'd thrown it away ages ago, and I'll try with the Steam controller, although I've never worked with this before. So this is, this is a good length. It's a good length.
That's what she said.
Oh, damn.
Boom, there's your office joke.
Alright, the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Why do they always pick the most beautiful maidens for the sacrifices?
Well, maybe they taste better, who knows?
I don't know, have you ever tried one?
No.
Okay. Good.
Can't say that I have.
Nagi, harboring the secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's field in place of his beloved. And it's on. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself. Served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Okay, so it's kind of like a Hydra.
Yeah, each head has a different element.
Okay. Orochi stood...
As personified by their crazy hats.
Oh, it's Crazy Hat Day today. Okay.
It's Crazy Hat Day every day with Orochi.
Anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi left with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced well into the moonless night and made salami. But Orochi's hide was like steel. Okay. It's one of these things. That sword's huge.
I think you're gonna love what Susanu's sword is made out of, though.
His energy spent from the intense battle. Dropped to his knees, fatigued and grasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. And he said, "How you doing?"
He looked into the abyss and it stared back.
And he said, "What you talking about, Willis?" It was the wolf that appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shinui, the wolf that dwelled inside the village. Oh, really? I was expecting someone else.
You were expecting Lassie?
Maybe. Shinui leapt towards Orochi and said, "Come to my arms, you beast."
I want to hug you.
Orochi reared its terrifying heads, ready to sphinx for battle. The two beasts struggled quietly, thrashing in the darkness. It was an orgy that they never forgot.
And a lot of people didn't forget it either.
Mm-hmm. For those who didn't, don't worry, Nagi was busy videotaping.
With a primitive camera.
Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned the gusts of divine and Orochi's flames.
Hint, hint for gameplay. Hint, hint.
Okay. Oh. This is the easiest game ever. I just push one button.
Exposition.
As Orochi closed in on Shiranui's sharpened claws glistening, I'm finding out that these buttons up here do nothing. Okay. Giant tree sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. So the dragon is apparently against nature. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand, even though he doesn't have one.
Nope. Just heads and a butt. And a giant bell.
Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. He said, "How you like my new paint job?" Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. And then the Wolfman appeared.
And said no!
He refused to give in with its last ounce of strength. The majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. It was so quick that we heard it before we even read about it. Suddenly the black clouds overhead dissipated.
The moon has come out!
God has heard you, Shiranui.
But wait, you are a god.
Oh, right. Excuse me, wrong religion. Nagi's sword.
How many gods are we talking?
Nagi's sword has a beacon of hope. So it is the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, but slightly less face melty.
Okay.
Depending on which side you're considered, good or evil.
All you got to do is close your eyes here. Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadow, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms. His legs went limp.
And he fell over.
He said, "I should have thought this through." The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. Stay still, I'm trying to use you right now.
Damn it, how does this thing work?
Pulls the sword out. Oh, wicked witchcraft. Heads separated from Orochi's one by one. The heads separated from the owner. Good thing they had a chip installed so they could, so their owner could be contacted in case they were separated.
Yeah, he was microchipped. The hats serve more than just decoration.
Orochi's broken body collapsed in its own, a lake of its own blood. Oh, so it graduated up from a creek.
Yeah, it was kind of a puddle before.
The curse that plagued the villagers was lifted.
Yay!
And there was much rejoicing.
By all, what, like 6 or 7 of the villagers? And a dog.
Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Madness gave a haste into his mind and returned to Kamiki. I said, well, some of the best stories end this way. Really was no longer moving. Well, yeah, he's dead.
Well, they did say that he was succumbing to the poison, Orochi's poison, which, funnily enough, is never mentioned about again. But there is a poison hit.
Okay. Village elder gently stroked
yeah.
the wolf's head. He closed its eyes and drifted off into slumber. They buried him in the front yard next to Farfo.
Yeah, poor old Yeller got tossed into a hole in the backyard.
Peace had at last returned to Kamiki Village. Under pure days of heroic exploits, the villagers erected
Behave.
statue with the wolf in it. And they set it next to the Washington Monument, which was totally erect.
Obelisks?
An important MacGuffin was placed inside the moon cave, but I forgot the name of it. Villagers all look forward to an age of endless peace. I'm reminded of a British movie I never saw about a hair store in the middle of Christmas time.
Keywords?
However, this is not the end of the story. Oh, so it's like a Goosebumps book that ends a chapter like that.
Yeah.
There's more to
This thing is just very, very long and drawn out. But you gotta know the story of Nagi.
100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. They came back and said, 100 years can give you such a crick in the neck.
Only 100?
Yep. It happened so
Yeah, funnily enough, they while this is rolling in the background, they always make it out to be something that has been around for like years and years and years and years. But when you actually put it into context, it's like one generation, almost, maybe two.
100 years went by so quickly nobody in the village noticed.
Mm-hmm.
They must be having a lot of fun in that village.
Considering how small it is, probably. Although the interesting thing about the little hamlet that is Kamiki Village, it's a very, very scenic place. Indeed.
Sorry, I'm waiting for a guy named Arthur. Have you heard of him?
He has to pull the sword from the stone.
Exactly. The story is starting to sound familiar. Like all these myths sort of blend together. No, it wouldn't be.
And then he becomes Arthur.
Arthur with a brick, and this is Camelot.
Oh, you fucked up.
Run.
Oh, I didn't do it, Mommy.
Finally, after 700 years, I'm free. Now to gain control of Earth. He who has broken my bonds. Speak the words I wish God would set the world. Please don't.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
What did that permit to me and unleash my power? Purple rain.
At least purple vapors, anyway.
Oh, he wants a Billy Catcher. Anybody got an egg around here?
I need to rescue the elder chickens. And suddenly the purple mist has become a wave of fire.
Something tells me this bad guy is not very eco-friendly.
No, not really. He says to heck with all the trees. I like my land dead, cursed.
I am the Lorax, I speak for... Whoa!
It's turned into ash.
Yes. Oh, don't worry, it was just taking a beat up.
Not Philatides!
Silly slump and swept over the land. Or there was one village that seemed to see where one was.
Oh, you're gonna love this lady.
Hey, what's up, yo? Pretty much mates with this people down there.
Sakuya! Charizard!
This is like the prophecy of doom! Not quickly chosen! There are no taboos! My power is diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Your sun disk.
Who you calling an amateur, lady? Yeah, I've never needed you.
No. That's Amaterasu. That's your character's name.
Oh boy. Shine, let the world see what you got. Let them wish that they were not on the outside looking boy. Heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Again, which religion is this?
Shintoism. Yeah. Amaterasu is the sun goddess. It pretty much does borrow heavily from the beliefs of the Shinto religion. But funnily enough, OKAMI is actually kind of like two meanings in one. It can either stand for wolf or great god. So Hideki kind of really played with that idea here.
Said, why not both?
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and grace. One who could live such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is Amaterasu. Oh, it's a girl wolf.
Yep.
Okay.
Although depending on what you can do later with certain actions, it's kind of left up in the air. I mean, this is based off of the sun goddess, so there's a lot of female pronouns being tossed around, but they did try to keep it as gender neutral as possible.
So that way no one would be offended. Oh,
well, this was back when you didn't get offended at such trivial things.
Seeing you emerge after so many years being spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. And an ache to my head. What am I gonna do after 100 years of this? Sleep.
Sleep. she don't give no Fs.
Taking the condition of the sky. Acid rain, toxic love.
And those are some gigantic hailstones.
The world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. I'd rather start flying in bountiful country of nipple.
Nippon!
Never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Hmm?
She's like, yeah, I'll get to it.
Mage, look. What is this? Has someone stolen its way into my robe? Uh-oh. Careful, curvy hands.
Mm-hmm.
She likes that a little
Isu.
too much.
Yeah, some people have described that laugh as rather creepy. Because of how realistic it sounds amongst all of the gibberish.
That popped out of her... Anyway.
Her soft, pillowy valleys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Is this our, Link!
Kind of. This is Isun, the wandering artist. He's basically your Navi of this game. But he's not as annoying. He's more of a comic relief than anything.
Napping in my clothes again, bud? Okay, so... 1,000 times not to call me that. And always let your conscience be your guide. Name's Isun.
The wandering artist.
He's,
And boy does he like to let you never forget that.
he's, second only to Uncle Traveling Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be long until you're bowing before my great brush. Okay. Ow.
Wood sprite.
Okay. Oh. It's a centerfold. Well, what do you think? Cuter than
Indeed.
the real thing, no? Nothing's better than the real thing. Kind of look down and dumps. I'm surprised it's not suffering from atrophy after being asleep for 100 years.
Well, magic.
Yeah. Just like that statue of Jaimetud.
Yum yum.
Oh darn, that would have been a short game. A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. Alright, how about this then?
Yeah, that's a running gag in this game.
No regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkomaru.
Yeah, everybody has a sword in this game, pretty much.
It's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
What's that showing? Use all the power I have to protect the Leafy village. Now I must go recharge. The spirits lie encased in my flute. That green village will be reborn. That's all we're gonna do is cut the flute? Okay. gonna bug us throughout the rest of the game.
Quite literally.
No pun intended. What's this? Leftover Easter candy. No, leftover Halloween candy. Don't mind if I do. That's the fruit the girl said. If you cut it down, the village will be restored.
Yep. It's a magical peach.
It'll turn into a giant peach, hopefully.
That's as big as the peach will get, unfortunately.
You mean I don't get to tie a bunch of seagulls to it?
Nope, unfortunately. But you do get multiple peaches over the course of the game.
On second thought, this might be a good thing. I don't want this boat getting any bigger.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Look at that while you're taking a nap.
Okay, too true. You go from world's okay to crap all of a sudden. And you think you could try to like refresh the screen share in Skype? Because I'm getting like at least like a 2-second delay. Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, now the actual game time begun.
Yeah, and you can run around as Amy now. And like I said, there is a bark button.
See, I know a headbutt there. There's something blocking the road leading back to the village. I'm still dreaming. Nope, it's only me. Okay, so left trigger is the map. Oh, the right. Okay, so this is my first time actually using this, I think, for a game. This thing is weird. It's got 2 triggers back here and some buttons on around the middle finger area. Which essentially do the same thing that the main buttons do. So why they're here, I don't know. And that just sort of makes me scratch at something. Oh, here we go. A bark.
There you go.
What that does?
Nothing really. It's just cute.
Okay.
Although it does show your status sometimes.
Pretty sure it's running the high place. Some kind of special power. Alright, well let's jump into the big flaming void and see what happens. Well, it's a doorway. Okay.
Doorway of light.
Oh, it's a child garden.
Yeah. Welcome to the other world.
Hi, I'm Sonic. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Believe it or not, I walked through a giant tree.
Well, we could better keep our eyes peeled. Use the right pad to look around. LB changes your point of view. Or you really look helpless. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let's see soon. He'll wisecrack at you.
Yeah, I was just doing flips in the other room there. What are you complaining about, little bug man? Dog drop bug.
Yeah, this game does like a giant info dump, like right in the beginning. Tells you all the controls and everything.
Okay, so the right pad is, yeah, okay. It's a little bit more than just decoration for your controller here.
If you do leave Amy standing still for long enough, she will just sit first, and then she'll lay down.
Oh yeah.
She gets bored of your inactivity.
I'm going back to sleep now. Okay. Good girl. Pet, 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 pet. Good girl.
She is really one of the most adorable playable characters out there.
Yep.
But basically, you can think of this as like a very heavily Shinto based Legend of Zelda, if you will.
They say once your reflection appears on the surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Oh, so it's a checkpoint.
Yeah, it's your save feature.
Let me give you a little advice. You can save a number of game files. Oh, so it's one of those games where you might do something wrong.
Yeah, or if you choose to play things a different way. This game, though, is pretty linear in terms of its story progression.
Would you recommend
You can't really...
multiple save files, or?
I only do multiple save files if I'm doing, like, New Game Pluses.
Oh, okay.
Because there's some collectibles in here that you can unlock after you beat the game. But depending on how you do in the game, you can unlock different prizes based on your rating. And it's very reminiscent of the Devil May Cry rating system, where it goes from like D to C, B, A, all the way up to S rankings. And that's dependent on how you do with collecting money, how you do in battles, collecting what are called demon fangs, all this and that kind of stuff.
Here comes the Legend of Zelda part. You gotta bust some pots. Press X to bust them with your head. Okay.
And you want to know what's in them?
Pot. Why, of course.
Maybe.
Way to go, my boyfriend. Anytime you see something you can break. Oh, some coin.
You get money!
You mean there's an actual career out there where I can get paid to bust stuff with my head?
Sure.
Sign me up.
If you have a hard enough head for it, anyway. Now, there is an upgrade in later on in the game that you can basically power up your headbutt. But I don't want to spoil too much for you.
You have a look at that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high. Well, after all that pot, you gotta get some high.
Doesn't help that there's a weed in front, too.
Alright, so we got wall jumping here. Alright. Knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places. Keep your eyes peeled. Treasure. Treasure! The holy bone. No, to find a place to bury it.
Or you could eat it.
Okay. By access and go through
Yes, you found the fan menu.
That was easy.
Yeah, your fan menu is broken up into two different things. The consumables and your weapons, so to speak. You'll get a lot of weapons in this game. I believe there's at least 5 different ones you can collect with an ultimate for each. But you don't get the ultimates until the very, very end of the game. And now he's about to introduce the other really important aspect of this game, brush techniques.
Spirits?
This is going to be your bread and butter.
They call it spraying. Right?
Funniest thing about Isun is in the beginning he's like this very, very cocky individual. He thinks he's the absolute S of the universe, but he learns how to humble himself.
There are 13. Each one is a part of 13 brush gods. Virtually all 13 are. Well, that's good luck. After all 13. I don't know. Can you figure out why kids love the taste of cinnamon toast crunch? Oh my god. I just noticed this. Oh.
What's up?
They actually put a butthole on the model.
Yep, they did.
Not that I'm gonna be looking for it, but every time I jump, but yeah, it's definitely Japanese.
Yeah. Come on, you can't have a wolf god without a butthole.
I guess not. River of the Heavens. The fabled Stardust River? Don't see anything like that around here. Couldn't be that little puddle over there, would it? So let's find out which way did I come.
You came via the path over the bridge.
Turn around in some games, it's kind of like, what the...
Yeah, you can get a little disoriented in this game if you don't really know where you've been and where you have yet to go. Although the paths are pretty well laid out for you that you can't get too lost.
Look at the stars twinkle. Oh, it must be Orion's belt. One missing. Oh, here. Lick stick. Oh, the missing star. Looks like I'm just not ready to. Press the RB to hold the brush, then next to draw.
You've been denied.
Would have had a lot of time practicing that. And
This is the first of many humbling episodes for Isun.
Oh shit, it came flush!
This is the first of many brush gods. Yomigami, I believe. The dragon.
I put it in another Matarasu. Oh, hi Mom. Sorry I haven't called you the past 100 years.
I swear I haven't been partying.
God, your frustration. May there be a link to this day when we can again meet and have tea together. Including myself. It's kind of like the other dragons in this Spyro games, basically.
Kind of. You do have to release them. Enjoying that candy. So the interesting thing about these brush guides is that you know that one is near whenever you see something that you can interact with, but you don't have a power to interact with it. So for this instance, they introduced you to the River of the Heavens. And before that, it was the Broken Bridge, which Isun rejuvenated.
And now that's your power.
Yep. You have the power!
Do, 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 do. Well, I was going to possibly master this incredible god technique.
Yeah, Isun had to study for years how to master the one technique. All you have to do is just absorb spirits.
Somebody used a celestial brush technique while I wasn't looking. I'm gonna try and mess around with this a little bit here.
Go for it. Now, if you ever forget how to use a certain technique, there is a brush guides section in your fan menu.
I'm just gonna draw something a little bit here. And as Bob Ross would say, there's a little bit of a mistake right here. We'll just make a nice bridge right over here. And turn him into a checkerboard, square it out. And I'm gonna draw a happy little man. Huh? Oh, this guy interrupted me. Okay.
Do keep in mind, even though you don't have a time limit for your brush, you do have an ink limit. And once you reach that ink limit, it will go back to the regular game. Oh, ye of little faith.
Indeed. Let's do this.
Money.
Whoa!
There we go.
River of the Heavens. Who the heck threw the darn thing? Why aren't you paying attention? Okay, so it does bring up my health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brings up your little statuses. Plus, it's just cute. Now, I will mention one thing. Like, now you're swimming. Here you don't have a meter, because it's Stardust. But in the regular game, you will have, like, a swimming meter, kind of like they did in Wind Waker.
Oh.
And if you let it exhaust, you will drown.
Oh, okay. Astropouch here is amazing. It can swallow lots of food. Like your mom.
My mom's not food.
Let's start feeding us with whatever food we can find around here. Okay.
Yep, pots hold more than just money. And anytime you eat something new, it'll give you a little blurb about it.
You consumed apple. Fill those astral pouch a little bit. Okay. What's the use of the astral pouch, though? I didn't quite understand.
Okay, basically, this thing will be essentially your fairies, like fairies in a bottle from Legend of Zelda. If you fill up a pouch to full capacity, i.e. 200 pieces, it'll turn red, and when you get into battle, if you lose all of your health, it'll essentially revive you.
Okay.
So it's good to eat as many things as you can find.
Just make sure I'm not eating too much candy.
Yeah, you can eat a lot of stuff in this game. And you can even dig up stuff that you can eat.
Good thing it's a wolf, isn't it? Like, you're not as picky.
Now when you get up to like the peak of this hill, jump across the river. There should be another little landing over there.
Oh wow. Keep going, I go super speed.
Yep.
Right here?
It's before the bridge. To your right.
I'm the special one. Right here?
Well, I have a little bit of a delay, so you'll have to excuse me. Yeah, over there.
There we go.
These are what are called stray beads. There's 100 of them in this game. They're the big collectibles that you really want to find, because you get a really special reward if you collect all 100 of them for New Game Plus.
All right. Busting pots.
Yes, bust all the pots, get all the money. Because weapons in this game are very expensive. And you can actually upgrade them too. But you'll find that out later.
That's why they call it a pummel horse. Consume dumplings. Boy, bald is made from grain. Yes, I know what dumplings are.
Well, just in case you didn't, here's a little blurb.
You ever tried beignets?
No, but I hear they're really good.
They're amazing.
Oh yeah, you've had them in Louisiana before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the only place to have them.
Yeah, there's some areas around here apparently that will make beignets, but it's quite the same.
Just doesn't have that Louisiana flair.
Yeah.
Now they do throw quite a few brush techniques at you, pretty quick, rapid fire in the beginning of this game. But this one coming up will probably be the one that you use the most often. At least I do, anyway.
Legendary shrine. You must be in the cave of Nagi. Hey, that's your name.
Whose name is it anyway?
Language people 100 years ago with the help of the white wolf, Shurnui. You're in trouble, Rockworm.
Yeah, they really go heavy on this legend. At least for the first half of the game.
Oh look, broken sword.
We got to fix it. It just doesn't look right. How do you fix something that's broken? Why, with glue, of course.
I mean, there must be something we could do. Yeah, but I'm just looking over here first, alright? Give me some time.
This is where his nabby-ish side comes out. If you're directed to do something and you just decide to faff around somewhere else, they'll just be like, "Hey, Amy, why don't we go do this? Stop faffing around. I want to move the story along."
Hey, quit headbutting that rock.
You're giving me a headache.
I'm gonna try something here. It seems, I can't do settings in the pause screen.
Well, not the fan menu anyway. There's a different button you have to press if you want to do settings.
Okay, here it is. I'm getting a few, delays here.
Yeah.
In the graphics, so I'm wondering if, I turn off VSync or something like that, that will help. Let's see what happens when I turn the graphics quality to low.
Everything gets a little blurrier.
Exit option. Oh, no. 69. Okay. Gets a little bit more chattered, yes. Alright. Let's fix this thing. That really was your brushwork all this time. How did you get so good? Who are you anyway?
I am God!
Hey, look, there's another constellation. This one looks like a hamster. Alright, let's go ahead and put a little dab right there. And draw some hair on it. And make a little heart shape. That doesn't do anything, does it? Okay.
No. If you do screw up too many times, any text you notice that's in red is considered important.
Another Amaterasu. My name is Tamagotchi. I was popular back in the 90s. People don't play with me anymore.
They all left me to die.
Only monsters.
One thing you notice, as you go along releasing these brush spirits, you'll start to notice a certain pattern as to the specific animals that are chosen. I like this little rat. He's very sassy.
Hey, wasn't that the god Tamagotchi?
Tashikami, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call him, is Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Oh, I just dated myself.
You're dating yourself? What?
No, I'm dating you.
Yay!
I dated myself. It's a fine line.
Yeah, that's alright. I used to have one of those too. And it was electric blue color. I actually purposely killed mine. It's very twisted and good.
I got a knockoff Monster Machi brand or something like that, and then it grew up and revolted against me and died.
Oh dear. That'll show him. I'll kill myself. Aren't you sad now that you let me live in squalor? I had to eat my own poop for weeks. Yay. Now you get to try your hand at drawing straight lines.
Just to prove I'm not geriatric. Okay, so it wanted me to go that way.
Horizontal.
Wow!
I'm so impressed.
Man, think yeah, I've been your first home. Not even in the same league as you. I overestimated myself. I should not go contemplate my life.
With each new brush technique, he soon grows humbler.
I was like, get off of me.
Not my fur!
It's a step in me. All this effort to cut a peach down. Okay.
Well, you know, Isun really wants that peach. Oh, and now you get the crazy taxi arrow. And since I do have a delay, I will tell you, first and foremost, your first battle is going to be coming up soon. And in that battle, when you do finish off one of your enemies, I want you to open up the Celestial Brush screen and power slash one of them. See what happens.
Oh, okay. I don't think you could sit through there. I'd use your enough power. Are you calling me fat? No.
Aw, poor Amy. No wonder she looks so glum all the time.
Yeah, turning down the quality didn't really do anything. I think I...
Still getting a delay.
I'm gonna set it back up, but I think it might have been VSync that did it. That does that. Sometimes if you turn that off before... Hello, Spectrum.
Having a little fun on a Friday night.
Because why not?
Well, while you mess around with the settings, I'm gonna try to reset this Skype call. I'll be right back.
Finance, but you don't have on your back. It's but we use the power against them.
There we go.
Hey, welcome back to the...
Sorry about that. Having a few technical issues.
Had Alright, so let's try this out.
Oh, that's better. Well, no, first I want you to hit them. Did Isun explain to you how to use the divine instrument?
Yes, I did. Got a few bits.
Alright, so what you basically what you just did was called a floral finisher. And once you basically deplete an enemy's health bar, and that will go into like a slowdown motion. And what you can do there is you can actually enter the brush mode and use the power slash, and you'll get a reward out of it for doing what is called a floral finisher.
Okay.
There's a different floral finisher for each enemy that you encounter. Well, I guess I should say different enemy groups. There are different groupings that you will encounter of enemies.
Indeed. Then we move along here, and it truly is like Zelda. The bases keep reappearing.
Yep.
And you can get more money.
You can launder the heck out of that money.
Well, somewhere there's a potter just sitting around going, I'm doing as fast as I can.
Who keeps breaking my pots? Damn it!
Alright, here we go. Here's guys. Oh, that looks cool. So now that they're down, you paint them.
Well, you can do extra damage when they're black and white like that. But if you actually deplete their health bar they have down there, they will enter into that slow-mo like death animation, and that's when you essentially do the power slash. But that works fine too.
You obtained Demon Fang.
There you go.
So I did it right. I did a good thing. Hey Daniel, how you doing?
You did good thing.
Humanity's faith made solid. Restores one unit of solar energy. That's all we need is faith in humanity this year.
Well, you are a god, so. Now that results screen. Time, damage, and money earned. The quicker... basically what it is it from start of the battle to the time it ends, it'll tabulate how long it takes you to finish off the enemies. And it'll also tabulate any damage that you take. So, the quicker you can do, you can get these battles done with taking the least amount of damage possible, really helps with your ranking.
Okay.
And like in Devil May Cry, it had the like the D to S in triple S ranking. Here it's seedling, like dead seedling, all the way up to full cherry blossom tree.
Oh.
As if you didn't know where to go.
What do you know, Daniel? I'm 3 episodes into watching that right now. Everyone else just binged right through that thing. I'm like, I'm gonna take my time.
Well, it's new.
Yeah, see, this is the pro and con of the streaming age.
Indeed.
And you're gonna wake up tomorrow morning with nothing to do now, because you did it all.
So what do you think of the game so far?
It's decently entertaining, I think. I mean, I can see myself coming back to this. I don't know where this goes. Definitely.
Yeah, like I said, this is my comfort game of choice.
Oh, I can tell.
If only there wasn't a delay.
Yeah. Alright.
That it does. In fact, even though it did get a sequel in Okami Den on the DS, Hideki Kamiya is still teasing that he wants to make another sequel to this game. A proper one, anyway. Not that Okami Den wasn't proper, it was still a very fun game. Plus you got to play as Chibi Terasu, aka puppy version of Amaterasu. It was a cute game. I highly recommend it. But it would be nice to see an actual sequel to this game, to maybe where we could continue on and where this game essentially leaves off.
Ah, the village has been restored.
Yay!
So it's one of those side games type of things you don't necessarily need to play it.
Well, you don't have to if you don't really want to. It basically just continues on the story a little bit. You do get a hub village where the more you adventure, the more you improve on it. But I think most of the appeal just came from the fact that you get to play as a puppy.
Oh. Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And he does have some really cute moments. So, you restored the village, but everything is very dead.
Oh, so I only did part of my job. Alright.
You're slacking, Amy.
Whee! Okay, great person. What in the world?
Yeah.
Did you hear? Something tells me this is a villager.
Kind of. He wanders around the game world. He pops up every once in a while.
Let's use a little paint, draw a little man. Didn't work.
Nope.
Sorry, I don't believe in you, I'm Buddhist. Oh.
That's sacrilegious. I actually wouldn't mind living in a little place like this.
No electricity?
Well, electricity. Who needs electricity when you have the power of the sun?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Damn it! There's your Star Wars reference.
Every movie they say it.
Mm-hmm.
Famous for its scenic beauty. I don't know what's going on down there. Now I have to ask, why every time she lands, it has all that, just has all that grass growing around her?
Well, it's just kind of like a little flourish. Because when you run, you spout flowers too. It's just kind of there to add like prettiness factor. Doesn't really do anything.
I'll figure out a way down there.
Yeah, the invisible walls around here are kind of ridiculous. Like, you can jump off in certain spots, but you can't jump off in other spots. There's no fall damage in this game, so I don't know why they would have invisible walls up there.
Daniel says because she is goddess. Of course.
She's a goddess of nature.
We don't have time to stroll around. Okay.
How dare you faff around when I want you to do something?
Hey, there's a statue here too. No, get out of here! Get out of here! Okay. Let's just tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
In Japan, that usually denotes something as being sacred.
Oh.
They tend to do that with really older or bigger trees because they believe that's the house of a god.
Like until they think this one's possessed. I mean, look. It never changes.
Yeah, it's all black. It follows you.
It's looking at me at all times. Quick, pull the cord. Oh.
That'll become important in terms of brush technique mechanic later on.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing? This is no time to be goofing off.
Stop faffing! How dare you?
I just want to get
yeah, that's
bath.
That you don't want to bathe in that. That's sake.
Oh. In that case, let's all get verschnicked.
Funnily enough, later on in the game, you can actually get people drunk.
Oh, nice. Well, the wheel well's broken. Unless I do this. Do anything?
Well, you're on the right track, though. You're just at a bad angle.
Oh, okay. I have the right idea here, just not the...
It's just not the right time. It'll be explained later on.
Okay. I can't...
It is good to practice your brush technique, though. I will say the handling of the brush techniques in the Wii version was kind of ridiculous. Because you could try all you want. Well, at least I did. I tried my hardest to just draw straight lines before, and the game just refused to acknowledge it.
Yeah, that was the Wiimote. It was an innovative thing, but depending on what game you were playing.
Yeah, I find that having played both versions, this one and the one on PlayStation 3, which was my actual first introduction to using the gamepad as a controller for drawing the symbols, I just find that the gamepad is a lot better. I mean, the Wiimote gave you a lot more freedom to do with whatever, and it made scribbling easier for rejuvenation. But yeah, I'd take the gamepad over the Wiimote any day.
Okay.
Ooh, you're in Susanu's house.
And I just broke Susanu's giant vase. Ooh. Okay.
And you fell down a hole.
And there's Susanu.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen enough horror movies to know where this is going.
Yeah, how Amy can climb up ladders is anybody's guess. She uses the technique of page turn.
Oh, okay.
Now, there are actually, I will take this time to explain the save process. There are two types of origin mirrors in this game. There's the one that you're standing at right now, which is like the master origin mirror. It always has that little X in the middle, which will become important for a brush technique later. but there are also the origin mirrors that are just like the plain mirrors. These are the plain mirror ones are mostly found in dungeons. So, I mean, they do the same. They both do the same thing, but one is going to be important to. I wouldn't say that it's important to a plot, but it makes getting around a lot easier.
Okay. Well, now that I've putzed around a little bit here, let's get Naggy over here satisfied about where we need to go.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen! Go here, stupid!
Exactly. Leave your brush somewhere else, kiddo.
Mm-hmm. Funnily enough, his sword actually doubles as a brush.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
The world is ending.
We shall call this the land without smiles. Not a single villager can move a muscle. What kind of person wants to do this?
Yeah, Lord, you did.
Only the sun were out.
And here's just kind of a third celestial brush technique cop-out.
If you had that kind of power from the start, that'd be a different story. Oh, gee.
They're like, well, I mean, you have to have your own power, so yeah, let's just throw it in here. Make a happy circle.
Whoops.
What are you talking about, Isun? That was a great song.
Let the sun, Mr. Golden Sun, be shining on me. Your name is Amaterasu? No. Bitch, please, I'm Amaterasu.
I prefer Pammy Sykes.
Your grandfather was Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay.
He wrote poems and sang songs of times of old.
Celestial brush. After all, your brush did bring out the sun. Well, I mean, no wonder that's your nickname.
She's a little ray of sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Just like you.
Aww.
Gotta go see if the villagers are back to normal now. The sun will come out tomorrow.
Or whenever you please. Oh, this guy. Mr. Orange.
Orange man bad. No.
He redefines the term of orange man.
The white wolf. Must be a ghost of the Black Widow.
Now, how he sees you is actually pretty important too. Not necessarily a plot element, but see how it's to the villagers you're just like a plain white wolf, but to those who actually believe you appear as a god.
Okay.
So it's kind of like similar to the whole Santa Claus thing that the Polar Express was getting into about you gotta believe. And close up of butthole.
I believe in you, Candy Corn.
Yeah, Mr. Orange is a very tenacious dude. And here's your first bestiary entry, the Green Imps.
Trying to make a believer out of this guy.
The power of Ami compels you.
Orange man foo.
Elder abuse. Alrighty.
Reminds me of that, kind of like that, that's one of Ahmed's Okay.
So yeah, that's your mana.
Okay. So when you do the slow motion thing.
That's when you can floral finish him. Money. Oh, you got a cherry blossom.
You really get aggressive when you're mad, don't you? Here.
Arf, arf.
You got yourself some praise. Spring golden flame again. Restores the God's power to the land. Divine intervention. The power of OKAMI compels you.
The power of Wolfie compels you.
Try real hard. Your true power might just shine through. Or you can take orange people and use them as weapons and effectively kill them.
Oh, she does that a lot in this game.
It's like he thinks you're a regular wolf. But we'll show him.
How dare that old man not believe?
Didn't you just see me grab you by the... whip you around? I'll whip your hair back and forth.
Whip your old man back and forth. Well, he did have an impressive beard. Yeah. That old man is very interesting. He becomes kind of important a little later on in the story.
Right.
Ah, feed bags.
What have you found? Hey. Animal food. So you can eat it, huh?
Well, you can't eat it, but you can give it to animals. It's another collectible. There's a lot of collectibles in this game.
Yeah, do we even...
It kind of puts...
do we even have much of a health bar here?
Well, you start out with 3 units, and you can upgrade it. Isun will tell you more about that a little later on.
We're gonna check out the items you've obtained. Just press the... Thank you. Captain Obvious. And menu is your key to a successful adventure.
Yeah, the hand-holding in the first couple of areas in this game does get kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's really helpful for new players, but the more you play it in subsequent playthroughs, it just kind of gets annoying. And you're just constantly pressing the button, like skip, 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 come on. So while you're looking through your fan menu, the first one is basically your inventory. Second one with the wolf head is your upgrade screen. You can upgrade your health, your mana, your pouch, astral pouch, gives you extra lives, and your purse. That will be upgrading your purse will be useful for buying more and more expensive items as the game goes on. The one with the brush tip is just your brush techniques. You can read up on them, how to perform them again, if you forget. the little scroll is kind of like your info dump, where it holds all of your extra story bits and your tomes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it keeps track of all of your little collectibles. And the stray bead guide is in there too.
Yeah. So this is just for fun stuff to go back and look at.
Yeah, and you get some lore in there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these monsters are, yeah, and of course you get a map too. So, the bestiary is mostly just a bunch of collections of monsters that are kind of based off of yokai in Japanese mythology.
Japanese monsters.
There's a lot of reading in this game if you're apt to want to do that. I mean, it's not really important too much to the story progression because a lot is explained just forthright in the game as you play it. But if you just like want to explore extra little tidbits that they put in, that's where your tomes and everything come in. Now these are animals. You get praise when you feed them. And there's a percentage of certain animals in the overworld that you can feed.
I'm trying to feed
You
this
don't-
one right here.
Yeah, birds are very fickle. Sometimes you can scare them off.
It's like, okay, you don't.
Looks like you keep canceling.
I'm pressing the. Oh.
Well, you don't keep pressing the B button because you're just canceling out of the menu.
Okay, now. Okay, so it pulls up in the menu and then you. Okay. Birdie.
There you go. Now this cutscene will last for 2 minutes if you want to just watch a bird eat from a bag as Amaterasu just stares at it creepily. But you can also press the start button and it'll cut it short.
Okay. Good to know. Birds. Birdie likes you.
And you can only feed them once, so you can always keep track of which animals you fed and which animals you have yet to feed by the little hearts that they spew. And funnily enough, if a bird gets close to you, you can actually press a button when the prompt comes up to bite it, and Amaterasu will carry it around in her mouth.
I'm getting that prompt right now. Oh. Here, I'll keep you right over here.
Now you can't carry them around forever. Eventually they'll despawn, but it is pretty cute.
Oh, there we go. Motherfucker, where is that hole? Whoa! Show some respect to your
He's-
elders.
He's in a precarious position right there.
Exactly. See if I can.
Now this gentleman will always introduce you to a battle. And the battles are timed with him. You have to kill the enemies in a certain amount of time. And a certain flavor text will come up if you do it successfully. He has summoned forth the demons of hell.
There we go.
And he's actually a good area to kind of farm demon fangs from, because if you don't satisfy the time requirement, you can just keep doing these battles over and over again.
I saw it. Yeah, pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, I think for this one you have to get it under 10 seconds. For his extra flavor text to pop up.
Second roll.
Normally you can tell. Yeah, there you go. You got a cherry blossom. So that's essentially an S ranking.
Fighting went on for exactly 20 seconds. Okay.
I'd say the best way of conquering that is just to kind of corral them all into the same little group, smack them a few times, and then just power slash them.
Okay, that's good to know.
But you can always come back to him. He'll stay in that spot until you satisfy his time requirement.
Okay, so keep on trying, basically.
Well, you don't have to. He's a quest for a stray bead, so he'll pop up in random certain areas as you progress through the game. But until you satisfy this the previous requirement, he'll just stay in the same spot. Ooh, there's a potato. There you go. Now, if you do use up all of your ink pots in battle, you will essentially lose your divinity, and you'll just become a regular wolf.
Possibility?
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Getting closer.
Alright. Let's go for 10.
You got this. I love how he's always so surprised to see you every time. There we go. Yay!
Awesome. 11 seconds. I chose
Oh.
Buddha, but in you I sense another power. And I see the path you've chosen is also the path of truth.
Oh, you got it. Oh, maybe it was under 15. It says, when you satisfy his time requirement, he gives you praise, and then when you leave the area, he'll leave too. And he'll go to the next area that you can find him in.
Okay. Oh, he's still here.
Well, I mean, he'll stay until you progress through the story. Now, another thing to note with the little trail of flowers that appears behind Amaterasu as you run, it'll actually advance to a more full bloom when you get another floral when you get another brush technique.
Okay.
And you run faster, too.
Definitely not running out.
Oh, you can run forever.
I wonder what this person does. Oh, I gotta find the cool. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Sake Brewer Kuchi.
Kushi.
She knows the grasshopper.
Yeah, before you were revived, Isun was quite the mainstay in that little village.
I think you found a friend here. You meet many people who want to talk to you like this. Talk to them 2 or even 3 times. You got them all, you can actually tell when to talk. Because you see a triangle, they'll go to heads. Information, so they might just want to write themselves. Okay. Let's talk a couple times. Ask him out, but I don't know how.
Yeah, there's some big-time sexual tension between these two.
He loves the sake too. We often pass around here to buy it. They say hello when you see Susano. He's always on his own. Yep, Susano's a dude. Okay.
Yeah, Susanoo's actually one of the main characters from the story of Amaterasu and Shinto mythology. He is you see that little thing above your head?
Yep.
Yeah, you're drowning. Now you will respawn, but you'll lose a unit of health.
Oh, shucks.
You can refill your energy, though, if you go and stand on an origin mirror.
Okay.
Well, it'll refill your health and your ink pots. And also, this has a continuous day and night cycle. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Susanoo is Amaterasu's brother. In the story of Amaterasu.
So this is tied into all kinds of folklore.
Yeah. But it's nuanced in a way that it's not so, like, heavily shoved in your face. I mean, I guess the legend of Nagi was kind of shoved in your face at the beginning.
I think we got all the turnips in the Noah's field. Don't forget, you left that great slug by my mama. I'll make you a better kidman if you can do it. He's gonna try to sleep, I guess. That might be a good time, Emmy. Give this Lester's brush and wicked brush stroke.
Yeah, the funny thing with this little digging mini game, I like to scribble on her. Oh yeah, you can pick up Hayabusa.
I just made this dog my bitch.
You shrunk a little bit.
Indeed. Alright, well let's see about doing this.
Now when you want to dig, you want to press the button that you were using to dig before. You want to keep pressing it though to keep digging.
Okay, so you can't just do the brush stroke and... Oh, this?
No. There actually is a dig button. Yeah, you want to keep pressing it in order to dig a hole.
Yeah, little dog.
There you go. Now, when she catches you and she hits you, the minigame is over and you have to start all over again. But when she gets near you, just take out your celestial brush and just scribble on her. She'll stay stunned longer than if you use a power slash.
Like so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when you just like scribble on her, she'll stay stunned longer, because then she has to shake off the ink that you put on her.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the turnip you find at the end of this minigame is interesting.
Hello, Joe Elliott. Welcome to the game.
We're harassing a lady.
For respect. Get away from me.
Sprinkle water. Oh, you cut down a tree.
Fall down on mama.
When the screen shakes like that, it means you cut down a tree. Or something heavy. This game has a lot of nuance to it that just adds... It's very subtle. Like, it's some of the things that it does, the subtlety in this game is amazing.
Too bad it took me all day to do this, apparently.
Uh-oh. Oh, you still got it, though.
It's, I guess this,
Oh no, you want to keep the turnip. Because if it disappears, you have to do the whole mini-game again. Because you have to take that turnip to that kid that you were talking to earlier.
Where is it?
And if it already despawned. And so you'll have to make it daytime again.
I have to make it
in order to
again?
start the game over.
Oh.
Yeah, because the lady's not there. So you'll have to draw a sun in the sky again.
Okay.
Now at nighttime, as you'll see with that pillar of light, that is where treasure is buried. Sometimes you might see a little golden ring sticking out of the ground. That's a little more obvious to where treasure is buried. But sometimes you'll really have to use the light to detect where treasure is buried. And this game is OKAMI. The HD version.
Yep, which basically means they ported it to a higher system. Unless the graphics were actually remastered too.
Kind of. Like this game has very stylized graphics, so it's kind of hard to make them like really HD. There's only so much you can. There's only so sharp you can make the lines. Which is why I'm really hoping that they do come out with like a sequel to this game that isn't OKAMI Den. Although I wouldn't mind a port of OKAMI Den. Ooh, that was
close.
good there. The old lady almost got you. She becomes a happy mistake.
Now, if we paint this woman out here, she will become an ink blot.
She's practicing blackface. It's okay though. It's Japan. Yay! Got the turnip.
So that time it didn't take all day.
Nope. Well, to be fair, it was turning night before you started that minigame.
You
oddly shaped turnip.
no, this looks like my daddy. I know what happened now.
Dad, this looks weird. Also, I never understood why he has a pet dragonfly.
You know, I hadn't thought of that. I wasn't paying attention. Gosh darn it. Fine.
He has Hayabusa, but yet he keeps a dragonfly on a leash.
It feels good to have a new goal to aim for. Now, if you don't mind.
I'm gonna play with my dragonfly.
I'm gonna find a place to put this. Thanks to you, my son Luffy's misbehaving again. Nothing like that. Never thought the mold started out though. Okay.
Oh, that big orange that you see on top of that house? Slice it. You get something out of it. The first house before the gate.
Oh, okay, so there's secrets.
You can make that. You can do something with that clover too.
This juicy orange is the pride of Kamiki, Phil's astral pouch.
Yeah. So basically, there are certain types of foods out there that will fill the astral pouch more than others. Like the basic ones, dumplings, potatoes, turnips, apples, peaches, those things only do 1 unit. Whereas something like a Kamiki orange will fill it like 10 units. And there are some dishes later on in the game that you can eat that's like worth 100 units or so.
Okay.
You're almost there.
Just getting respect.
Respect, yo. Respect my dog.
White wolf, now that's a rare sight. Coming down from the mountains to prepare this. Some monsters have been attacking the village. You don't know who you're talking to, lady?
Yes.
Well, it isn't Isun and riding a wolf, are we? Isun, it's true anyway. I shall make a believer out of her, yes. You're listening to the ramblings of an old woman, are you? Is that your Grandma Arbuckle?
Pretty darn close.
And it was ready to dry. I noticed my drying pole was gone. Oh, whatever shall I do? Darn pole girl.
You broke it.
Okay, so she's missing a drying pole. Take her a new one out of this tree.
Too bad it's not a drying pan. It's a lot more useful. Yeah, sometimes when you cut down those trees, Isun will scold you.
Like, should not have
I
done
think
that.
it's only in certain... Yeah. He's just like, don't do that! Why would you do that?
Okay.
And in your save menu at the bottom there, it'll show you little figures of all the brush techniques that you have acquired at that point.
Okay.
So you see you'll have the rat, the dragon, and the little dog.
I go talk to this person. She's always sworn like there. It's the home of the 2-bit middle-aged warrior Susana. This is our boy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wall be a descendant of a legendary hero. Well, I'm just gonna have to break this.
Message deleted.
I noticed that. I'm the greatest. Hey, we found a sleeping Muhammad Ali. Oh, Kushi, let's mumble.
Let's go in a dark alley and do things we won't be proud of later.
I take it that's not a weapon in his pants there.
Well, I mean, he's laying on his weapon.
Wakey.
Eggs and bakey. Yeah, you have to trigger a plot point first. Oh, I mean, you can smash your head into him as many times as you want, but Isun's pretty much just gonna keep saying, let's not do this." You power slash that scroll, there's a picture of Kushi behind it.
Oh, in there?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. You consumed orange.
But it's not the special kind.
Filthy extra pouch. I see, so this is kind of an Easter egg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just kind of goes into the whole sexual tension between these two I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sexual. Let's see what this dude's up to. What the heck put this big rock here? Blocking the only road.
Hi, CR92.
Hello, CR92. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to our world of madness.
Let's try slash. So, power swivel, maybe?
Nah, you just gotta talk to the guy.
So you can run at it. Oh, so that's what that is up there. That's your ink. Okay.
Yeah, that's your ink meter slash pot.
This big rock here. Doesn't look like it's space here anywhere. Let's see. What? Yeah, oh, come on. You can squeeze right through there.
Let me out! Let me out! Yeah, you want to actually talk to the guy, otherwise Isun just keeps talking.
Ow! I tried. Heave. This is weird. My body won't cooperate. It's like you're stupid or something. Could this be a case of
Yeah, this is where you. Yeah, this is where you're going to be introduced to your second class of imps. Red imp. He plays the banjo. Now this guy can actually block some of your attacks after, I believe, 2 hits. Your third hit he'll block. Yeah, you're getting the hang of that. Really farm these demon fangs early on in the story, because there are some items that are really helpful that you're gonna want to get. Alright, now when he does this, all you have to do is power slash him, or wait for his color to come back.
There we go. Plays Kingdom Hearts. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's a pretty decent, light RPG, I will say, fantasy RPG. It's not quite as heavy as, a Final Fantasy is, but you really have to be invested in the characters and the story to play through it.
Alright.
I mean, it's a fun little romp through Disney and Final Fantasy-ish worlds. I mean, heck, you play with Donald and Goofy as your partners.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty fun game to waste like a few hours on.
I feel light as a feather now. Suddenly it isn't making it any easier to shift this boulder.
It's almost like it's a huge boulder.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. That's strange. This boulder wasn't here before. Alright, plot point says we go get Susano. I don't have a favorite Telltale game. If I want to play a game, I'll play a game, but if I want to read a book or watch a movie, I'll do that. Telltale games are kind of... yeah. I never really got...
They're like visual novels.
Exactly.
I kind of like The Walking Dead, but only like the first one.
Let's wake this guy up. Headbutt.
Yeah, the story gets so convoluted in Kingdom Hearts. I would say, unless you're going to be invested in the story, just play the first one.
What makes me the greatest warrior ever? Why, it's your Popeye muscle, of course.
And look at that unibrow. Isn't it glorious?
Might want to shave a little bit right here, buddy.
She wags her tail at you. She's so cute.
Go back to the mountains and plant your mountain friends. Solitaire and meet you on meditation. I repeat myself.
Stutter.
Help, I'm being kidnapped!
No, it's more glorious than that.
Okay, so he's saying put me down, but he's clearly writing it. He has no... There's nothing stopping him from getting off.
Now, funnily enough, you can actually go around and talk to all the villagers, and they'll basically scold Susanoo for pussyfooting around. But if you actually go all the way back to the cave of Nagi, Susanoo does have some extra dialogue that kind of adds a little bit to his character. But that's a long trek, and you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Because you just flipped up, weren't you? Susanoo, that looks like fun.
Other than just eating dinner with the family, not much.
Yeah. Oh, you're sure weird, Susanoo. Is that some training or what?
Do you have any Thanksgiving plans, audience?
Yeah, meeting up with people over Skype.
Who says you have to be alone on Thanksgiving?
Exactly.
You can drink with friends. Of course, you have to make some first.
Yeah. Drinks. Make some drinks.
Indeed. I love how cowardly this guy is, to be honest. Like, he claims that he's brave and strong, and I'm the legendary Susanoo, I'm the greatest warrior of all. But yet he always runs from combat.
You're the legendary Susanoo? You're smaller than I am, you punk.
I could take...
You never interrupt warriors engaged in battle. What were you in battle with his shoulder blades?
I will smack you with my umbrella.
For your mighty skills. Okay, just skip right through this. I've never seen a guy train seriously ever.
Maybe.
So basically, this guy doesn't want to do it.
Oh, this guy's a lush. He's very lazy. He tries to get out of anything and everything, and you basically have to keep pulling him back into the action.
All right, where's this punk go?
He's in his backyard.
He does look like a Flesher character, doesn't he?
He's got mutton chops for days.
I told that much I got over that size. It's so big. And I'm out of sake. Guy. Okay, gotta get some sake. You ever had sake before?
I have not. Have you?
I've had Japanese plum wine, which is actually really good if you're which is actually really good if you've got a cold or something like that.
What it was in that chest out there is important for increasing your health.
Do I swim for
You
it?
can't get to it. No, you can't get to it yet.
No.
But don't worry, he will.
Oh, Daniel here has had some sake. You would know it's pronounced sake.
Sake!
Sake.
Yeah, my dad has had some before, like when he was stationed over in Japan during the Vietnam War. he says that it can go down like a charm, and like it can really knock you on your ass if you're not careful.
Oh wow! I didn't know your dad was in there.
Well, I mean, thankfully he wasn't really in the combat. He was in the Air Force and he was stationed over in Japan to train bomb-sniffing dogs. And he was a damn good bomb-sniffing dog trainer. There's actually a story that he told me. It was like the most infamous ghost story he's ever told. But one night when he was doing night patrol, he and his dog, I think it was either Joanne or Rebel, I can't remember which one. I think it was Rebel that he was training, and he was doing night patrol. Well, he comes around to the helipad area of the base, and he can hear what sounds like the rotor blades spinning of a helicopter. And when he tries to get closer to it, Rebel just kind of starts freaking out and runs back to the kennels, and he's just thinking, "What the heck?" And he goes to get his dog, and as he's getting closer to the area again, the same thing happens. Rebel starts freaking out, runs back to the barracks. So eventually, he gets him again, and this time he rounds the corner, and he just sees a helicopter there. The rotor blade's still running, and he notices that there's somebody walking around the helicopter, as if, like, inspecting it or something. And he gets closer, because he was going to say, "Hey, what are you doing out here?" And when he gets closer to inspect it, he notices that the guy does not have a head.
Oh my god.
Needless to say, he got out of there pretty darn quick.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that's the coolest ghost story ever.
That's a real ghost story right there. It's just. It's a situation you don't want to be in. To sum it up quite eloquently, he said, "That was probably the first and only time I've been stationed over there that I have actually crapped my pants." And I'm just like, I don't blame you. At night, when you help Mrs. Orange out, she'll make cherry flavored bean cakes for you. Nice.
And they're kind of similar to the Kamiki Orange. They'll fill the pouch pretty full. And you'll get a nice little nod to Street Fighter.
And not the Street Fighter?
It's kind of hilarious to see what she does.
Oh. How does she do the Chun-Li dance?
Not exactly. You just gotta draw a pole in between those two things if you want to fix her drawing pole. Or draw a line, I guess you should say.
Okay. Now you tell me. A new drawing pole! Where did that come from? The gods must have answered my prayers. How wonderful. Right laundry.
Yeah, Emmy just pooped out a pole for you.
That was it, but the sun seems to be so far away these days. It doesn't like all those monsters that are lurking about. While it would shine closer, my laundry would dry in a second. Okay.
I love just the little layers. This game's context remain.
Oh miracles never cease. We make some cherry cakes to offer the sun. Come back tonight if you want some too, Snowball. Now old May's got cherry cakes, are mouth-watering good.
Indeed.
No, she's just gonna go back to being grumbly. Oh no, wait, that's Susano.
That's Susano. Yeah, she's happy now. If you jump up on top of that ledge up there, that little cliff, there's I think an exorcism slip S. Oh, we got some watermelon.
Yep.
You can also cut that rice too. I think you'll get rice cakes and bales of rice from it that you can eat.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Full jump. Slightly damages
Yay.
enemies.
Yeah, basically if you use that in a battle, Amy just explodes.
Oh, cool. Exploding wolf.
Yep. And there is such a thing as exploding poop in this game. Because Japan.
Ew. It's gloriously rendered exploding poop.
Mm-hmm. And she actually squats to poop it too.
Oh.
She's a very, very versatile canine. Alright, you helped Kushi out, so yeah, you can go get the sake now.
Alright, is that where is the sake? That's the question.
You have to talk to her.
Really interested in how to brew sake, aren't you, Snowy?
Give me booze!
This turned into a Tintin comic all of a sudden. Alright, Snowy, don't get drunk now. We have to go with the captain. Fist of the gods. Are you even old enough to drink, Snowy? No, do dogs live to be 21?
Depends. In human years or dog years?
Good question. Oh, there we are. Hopefully the sake doesn't respawn once
Well, I don't think it'll despawn. But then again, I've never dropped it long enough to find out.
Right.
I've got your booze. Now come on, do stuff I want you to do.
You offered Vista of the gods. Why is my friend bring me some Kushi sake? Oh, it's a glorious day.
No, I just found this lying on the ground.
And that drink is like pouring down its trusty sword. So basically like you.
By the way, have you noticed what his sword is made out of?
Wood.
Oh, I love this game. It's amazing he doesn't get splinters with how much he rubs that sword. Now these are timed. Oxymoron.
Mind if I explode you? Get some paint on it in the process. See what happens. Again.
Disheartened him so much. He has to do it all again. Oh, scarecrow abuse.
Alright, so this is just gonna be a plain slash with this.
Unless you want to scribble on him again.
No.
That was so funny.
Good, that made you laugh.
Oh, it's good to laugh. Idolized. Oh.
Exploding implosion. In actuality, that would only fix part of the problem. You slice that huge rock clean in half. You mean Okami could have done this whole time? But this guy takes credit for it?
Yep. This is a running theme for the first half of the game. You do miracles, he takes the credit for it.
On this day, next day is just going to be like headlines, and on this day, Susano trained so hard he actually cut his own head off.
Miraculously enough, it grew back.
Susano,
I meant to do that.
Yeah, basically in the cabin. Thank you.
Funnily enough, I love that little slow pan that you had in that little shot. It's very subtle, and unless you're actually paying attention, you don't tend to notice it. Whee!
Nothing without us. It'll be okay. No, but the show's gonna be funny. Where's her underwear?
She has no undies.
She
just has her kimono.
She's mooning everybody.
Well, to be fair, it's a peach motif. And this is Japan. In a nutshell. Because, I mean, her boobs are exposed, too.
Oh, yeah, cleavage is one thing, but you're walking around without your pants on?
Strategically placed hole in kimono. You should wait until she gets a costume change a little later on. Big O.
Eason. Stop calling me bug, I'll crawl back in your kimono if you say that again. And I'll seal you up good.
Oh my. He's like, hey, we're getting all into the deal on this.
Pet your paw up or something. Go on, shake.
Squish. The universal language.
My body stands firmly here with the fun times of the village. My roots spread far and wide, protecting the remote areas outside.
They've seen your shots. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. Oh, Emmy got bored.
Oh man, this is getting heavy. There's that word again, heavy. Enslaves them?
You may not ask such things of me, wood sprite. I will smite thee.
Okay, so that's how you get to the eastern nipple. There's the regular nipple.
There's the third one.
Oh, what? There are 3 nipples. Okay.
We don't talk about the third one. Yeah.
I am not ashamed to say that I was actually saddened by the ending to Mega Man Battle Network 3.
Funnily enough, aside from this game, I got like super duper invested in the story of Saints Row.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is it...
So much so that I made a character and just a whole universe around him. In a game series where you can commandeer a septic truck and spray crap on everybody.
It's a gangster game, isn't it?
Yeah, for the longest time, when it first came out, people were just saying it was a GTA clone, and it, truth be told, it kind of was. But when Saints Row 2 came out, it kind of got its own style, I guess you could say, because it went for the zanier aspect of it. And then when 3 came out, they just went full-blown jump the shark mode. They basically... Well, I thought it was a good way because it made everything a lot more fun without going like super serious soap opera mode. But at the same time, a lot of old school fans didn't really like the direction it took.
Well, how shall I put this? If I'm gonna try out a gangster type game, it's probably gonna be something like Yakuza.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I have Zero and Kiwami.
The remasters.
I have it for PlayStation. Yeah. I have it for PS4 though.
Do some shopping? Yes. No. Just so I can sell stuff here.
You can. This is a great place to make money. Because shops have unlimited money. So you can basically sell all of your crap away if you wanted to.
I don't know if I'm gonna sell this exorcism slip. but do I need it in battle?
Well, it all depends on how severely you're getting your butt kicked in battle. Those are exorcism slips are really good for crowd control, more so than finishing. Because what it does is when you set it off and the big explosion happens, it knocks all of the... It's like an AoE kind of move, where it knocks them all back and stuns them.
An AoE?
Yeah, area of effect.
Okay.
You have 4 different feedbacks here for 4 different kinds of animals that you'll encounter. The seed eaters, the herbivores, the carnivores, and pretty much your a la carte for the fish.
So fish feeds everything? Never mind. Here she comes back. I lost you for a moment there.
Oh dear. Is this connection back yet?
Yes, it is. Welcome back.
Ah, there we go.
I'm just gonna buy one of each to be safe.
Yeah, what I tend to do early on in the game is I would always buy 5 of each, depending on how much money you have.
Mm-hmm.
But at the beginning of the game, I would just recommend focusing more so on seeds and herbs, because you'll run into a lot of birds and bunnies.
Okay.
At the start. You'll also run into pigs, and they eat seeds.
And this guy I can feed right here. Yeah, the meat.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh look, another butthole.
He'll become your best friend.
There we go.
Yep, he loves you now. Now he's a special kind of dog. He'll become important for the story later on.
Alright. And let's see about these other birds right here. Let's see if we can get some respect out of them.
You will respect me, animals. Now, as you'll notice here, Ami's looking up at something. She'll only do that if there's a treasure nearby or something important.
In this case...
Like if there's anything to interact with, she'll look at it.
A tree, maybe?
Well, there's actually up in the rafters there's a treasure chest. There are actually 2 treasure chests up there, but you can only get them. Well, there's 2 ways to get them. You can either try to do a fancy wall jump, which I have done before. It is possible, or you wait until you get the double jump.
Okay.
Which is literally like halfway through the game.
I think I'll try a wall jump.
If you want to make it easier on yourself, pan the camera up to look at the chest, power slash it first before you try a wall jump, because you're going to need to do a wall jump and then dash right afterward to kind of really get enough air to get up onto that rafter.
Power slash the wood rafter here?
No, there's a treasure chest up there. You can't see it right now because it's kind of despawned. You can kind of see a little bit the edge up there. That's not the treasure chest that has the stray bead, but it does have a treasure in it.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it up there.
Yeah, the one you want is like on the rafter directly above that rock. Right there. Meanwhile, Pothead serenades us with his horrible flute music. She's like, I want the treasure chest. Let me up there. Yeah, you can only wall jump off of the rocks, strangely enough.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it is possible to do it with a well-placed wall jump into a dash. But
oh, there we are.
Getting up there is a lot easier with the double jump. Ooh, he almost had it.
Nighttime.
She spent so long trying to get to that chest. It turned to night. What a terrible night to have a curse.
Or in this case, live in the only place in the area that's not got a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll come back and try with my double jump.
Yeah, it's a lot easier doing it that way. But it's up there for future reference.
Thank you very much. Alright, so let's,
Oh, go and get the cherry cakes.
Yep, that's what I'm looking
Yep.
at Grandma for.
She's in the house with the big orange on top.
The one we squeezed earlier.
Yep.
Alright.
Such a sweet old lady.
You look right here. Oopsie daisy.
No, the Akuma thing.
Johnny Cage. You're the best when they're fresh. You consume cherry cake.
Num num.
Okay. I'll keep these around. And these. You're that unruly white wolf.
I do mischief.
I respect animals and their customs, but animal causes trouble in this village. Shall be dealt with. You're a spuggy little thing, aren't you? Mr. Orange, still full of vim and vigor. Aren't you that little troublemaking bug nobody likes in this village?
That he is.
Did you notice the sacred tree up on the hill in the village? She's known as Konohana. Worshipped as our guardian deity, but her flowers and fruits withered quite some time ago. I had a dreadful dream last night. Giant monster appeared up and swallowed the whole village. Okay.
That wasn't a dream, old man.
I'm Captain Foreshadow.
I love how they just display frustration in characters. They just draw a really angry scribble above their heads.
Mm-hmm. Anything else I can do at night here around here?
At night. Not really.
Slice up some more watermelon.
Mm-hmm. Or you could go look for glowing spots.
Big.
Yep. There's actually two types of glowing spots. There's ones that identify buried treasure, and then there's ones that are green that identify buried clovers. Now, clovers in this game, they don't really count the percentage, but they give you certain amounts of praise.
Dragonfly bead. Okay. Ah.
You look comfy.
I am. So do you.
Enjoying a game about a wolf that gets into mischief.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're given a free roam game. People tend to be mischievous.
Indeed. Let's see what... Oh. I can feed something over here.
Mm-hmm. The wabbits.
Wabbit season. Alright, I don't know if the rabbit has a butthole. Let's skip.
It probably does, but it's so small you can't really see it. Plus it's covered up by that fluffy little cottontail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the day and night cycle, you can essentially control one cycle with your own power, which is turning night to day. But later on in the game, you get another power to where you can turn day to night. And that's actually going to be useful for another collectible mini game / collectible quest that you'll be introduced in this next area in Shinshu Field. Being able to have the power to switch day to night is very useful for that side quest.
Let me guess, you draw a crescent in the sky instead of a circle.
Basically.
Since it looks like I'm getting a bad vibe.
Getting some bad juju. I mean, once you finish the whole thing with Kamiki Village and you get into the next area outside of Shinshu Field, the hand-holding kind of stops. So Isun stops being like an info dump and becomes more of an actual character.
Look at it. It looks like it fall over in a moment.
Oh, come on, Isun, it's not that bad.
Watch what happens when I go up and power slash it.
You can't. It's too big. Although he does have some interesting dialogue if you wander into that cursed zone.
Okay. Ooh, the green thing.
Yeah, those are demon scrolls. They're basically your random encounters. Except you can choose whether or not you want to have an encounter.
I'm in the mood for some butt whooping here, so...
And then, butt whoop away. Now once they enter that death animation and you smack them again, you can't use your floral finisher on them.
I got everything I needed.
Mm-hmm. What's your ranking? Yay! Cherry Blossom. Now those glowing bits that you saw in the walls, if you get into an encounter and you just really don't feel like battling, you can just smack those glowing spots a couple of times and it'll open a portal that you can jump out of the battle.
Okay. This is bad. It's like a regular person. Evil is far worse close up. It's not snow, it's evil.
Evil! Yeah, this curse zone essentially acts like you're in water, so you're slowly dying.
Okay.
I mean, you can go in it. Your health will slowly drain, but you won't like die immediately. And there's an origin mirror over by the gate, so you can always just refill there. Now that little red circle in the bottom left, that's basically a shield. There's three levels of your shield. It starts out, well, first you start out with no shield, and then the more consecutive hits that you get on these creatures without taking a hit, nets you shield power. So it goes from red to yellow to green. Green allows you to take 3 hits without taking damage. Yellow is 2, red is 1.
Okay.
Now,
so
if you...
it's good to not get hit, in other words.
Basically. And, I mean, right now you only have 1 weapon, but in the next big area, not the one that you're going to go into, but the one after you deal with, Sakuya... Not Sakuya, is it? Yeah, Sakuya and her tree problem. Once you deal with that, basically, and you go on to the next area, you'll be introduced to what are called sub-weapons. Now, there are 3 types of weapons in this game. The one you have right now is called a reflector, but you'll also get a string of beads and a sword. And these are modeled after the 3 gifts that were given to Amaterasu to in her story to entice her out of a cave that she secluded herself in.
According to legend.
Yeah. Those are basically the 3 artifacts of Amaterasu: a mirror, a string of beads or a rosary, and a sword.
So, you're essentially the wiki of knowledge for this thing.
Well, I know a lot about it. I wouldn't say I'm like the expert in it, but I've dug into the lore of this game quite readily.
Sounds to me like you're expert enough. With this. Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Learning how to get out of there. You're an expert in my eyes, huh?
Aw, thank you. Well, you're an expert in movies, so we all have our strengths.
What just happened?
Ah, the Nameless Man. He becomes important for a stray bead quest later on in the game.
I want to live in nature and peace, man.
He's essentially the hippie of the game.
I hope Mother Earth will keep him safe. Curious about that cave? The entrance replacement Hana Valley. is a trippy crystal ball that makes plants grow and grants wishes.
Far out, man. Whoa.
Susanna guy went marching in the alley. Normally he runs away from such things, so he hardly seems the type to try his hand at learning. Oh, no, he got him on a stupid streak, so better go save his ass.
I will say, though, the next time you meet up with Susano, there is a considerable butthole close-up.
Oh dear. I'll be prepped for the butthole. Speaking of buttholes.
Got some walking ones.
Yep.
You prolapsed rectum. Do not Google that. Do not Google that.
Take your word for it.
Well, unless you want to see some graphic in stuff that you probably don't want to see. Of course, I'm in the medical field, so that kind of stuff really doesn't bother me.
Yes. Well, I have had my share of yeah, I've worked in the school system before. I've had my share of wiping butts.
This freaking network.
Is that your connection?
No, it's mine. It's being weird.
Yeah, because I noticed I know the stream is going well here, so.
Yeah, my thing must be getting nervous.
It's okay.
Come on, computer. You can do it. You can do it, computer.
So I can't do anything to this. Nope.
Not yet. You need a brush technique. That's kind of its subtle way of saying, hey, you can't progress further until you go get MacGuffin B.
Can I get my MacGuffin with a side of bacon?
Maybe. This is a 3-part MacGuffin, though. You gotta find all the pieces. Asshole, come on again. See right there, your shield protected you. You can scribble on enemies too when you stun them for a little bit, but just be careful because when you stun them with ink, they do attack you as they're trying to get it off.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry too much. Then I'm just here to try and walk around here.
Ami's very proud of herself.
Yeah, this is not wise.
Yeah, no. That whole area back down there is nothing but a big curse zone. Yeah, you do die faster in the curse zones too.
Something tells me I need to go inside the cave here and save what's his name.
Susano. You gotta go into the Cave of Wonders.
Such a manly name, Susano. Here's the haunted house level. Yes.
It's your first dungeon.
Yay! 2 hours we've been done. Oh wow. That's pretty long. I think this game's officially got me.
Yay! I've infected him! Woo!
Best virus ever.
With lots of puppy buttholes.
Of course. Increases God honed by level 1.
Ah, yes, Traveler's Charms. Your shields are what they're referring to. They call them Godhood. I just call them shields. That's
See what I'm talking about? These guys do have their butts.
all the butts. Well, to be fair, I mean, they are drinking sake.
He's like, okay, yeah, they just forgot to put their pants on.
Party! Woo! You're getting good at the floral finishers.
It's perfect.
Yeah, especially in this kind of game. Now, later on, you'll encounter tougher enemies, and depending on what their floral finisher is, they'll spit out multiple demon fangs.
That's more fang for your buck.
Well, basically, I think the most demon fangs enemies will spit out is 5. But that's not until, like, late game.
Why did the god's power disappear?
There's an overarching curse.
It's got a death curse.
Ah! No wonder everything's dead. The funk of 40,000 years.
And grisly goons from every tomb are closing in to steal your gold.
Oh, Halloween will never die.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming back. Like a bad rash.
Check out that tree.
There is a stray bead buried over by the, that little torch by the one tree as you come out of the little cave.
Buried by one of those torches over there.
Mm-hmm. Ah, the asshole trees.
Try to hit its fruit back at it. Draw one strike to hit the fruit.
Yeah, you gotta get close enough to piss it off, and then when it throws it, smack it back at him.
Like so.
There you go. You gotta power slash it. You bloomed a flower on it. Why is that pretty?
Back here, there's a bead somewhere.
Yeah, right by where that torch is, in between the torch and the tree.
Okay, who's tossing shit at me? Oh.
Yes. I mean, you can barely see the handle. But if you can't find it right now, you can always come back to it later.
Oh, there we are.
Stop.
Got it.
Yay! There are, I would say, 2 stray beads in this game that is a complete asshole-ish way to try and get it. Of course, they don't show up until late game, but one of them I cannot. Every time I go for a 100% run on this game, I always have to record the event.
Because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, pretty much.
No, it's just that I can't complete it unless I record it.
Oh. They programmed the game that way?
Well, no, it's just that my brain can't think that that complex.
Of course. Yeah, see, this is why I'm not always a completionist unless I absolutely love something enough.
Well, this is a game that I love enough to complete it all the time. That Spyro. I always 100% Spyro.
That's a good game series.
I grew up with Spyro.
I still have to complete the Reignited trilogy.
Have you played it?
Oh yes, I own it.
Ah, on Steam or Switch?
Xbox One.
Xbox. Yeah, I have it on Xbox. I have it on Xbox, PlayStation, and I'm planning to get it for Switch. I pretty much own OKAMI on all of the systems.
I own OKAMI everywhere.
I own OKAMI. She's mine.
Alright, so this is gonna be an interesting boss.
Oh yes, the yellow imps. These guys are assholes. They dig in the ground and you have to wait for them to pop up. When they do, you want to try to get behind them because then that'll stun them and you can do massive damage to them. When they rear back up to do that big blast, you want to jump just before they slam the ground.
Okay. In other words, the opposite of what I just did.
I think in this one, and when you're in battle, if you hit the select button, you can pan the camera out, but I'm not too sure. There is a button where you can zoom the camera out. It makes it easier to fight these guys. Finishers power slashed.
Power slash. You get like 5 things when you do that for one of these things.
For him, no, you only get 1. But there is kind of like a boss imp. There's like the strongest enemy for this one. It's called a black imp. You're not going to encounter them until at least halfway through the game. But if you floral finisher them, they'll spit out 3 fangs.
There's our boy again.
Butthole!
The butthole is back.
And he's so happy to see you.
space to hide.
She's like, what?
The bug fart.
No, that was her going like, huh?
Alright. Oh, there's a way around here somewhere. What do you want? I already told you to be out. Alright then.
His arms jiggle. Look at his arms jiggle.
He's a man. Crystal sphere that makes trees grow as a shrine somewhere around. Based on the painting. Ah, I got this one figured out already. Gee whiz, I wonder what I have to paint right here. Oops.
A potato.
I got a rock.
I got an effing potato. And for some reason, that makes the boulder explode.
And Susano is still standing. Darn, I missed.
Dang it! He moved!
Now I can go hide. Brave Susano ran away.
I can go hide! I mean, train!
It was such a brave getaway.
Indeed. Oh, daytime. And the conditions didn't get any better.
Nope. Nothing changes around here.
Not when you're in a curse zone. Oh, it's almost like that cave is a perfect representation of 2020.
Exactly. Doom and gloom everywhere you look.
And poop rivers.
Oh. Speaking of which, we found a toilet.
It's a giant throne!
Alright, Captain Unibrow, where you at?
He's in there somewhere.
Alright. What do we do with this? This is where Jack planted the beanstalk?
Perhaps.
Alright, sapling. It's keeping the power at bay.
This game really does. This game really does shove hints in your face.
You know what? That's helpful. And then we'll just have to flush the toilet.
It's backed up.
Yeah. Okay.
There was a gate. There was a wooden gate over by to the left. Let me draw a circle.
It's more like an oval, but I hope that works.
Well, it's a lot more receptive to it than what the Wii thought was a circle.
This room's hiding some kind of secret.
And from that day, the sun shone forth, but the poop river did not yield. They really sprinkled the origin mirrors pretty plentifully in the beginning.
got a performing bear here.
Which one is the bear, though?
Which one's the beast?
Who's the beauty and who's the beast? Aw.
Technique. This one I call
Susano's
Big Leap.
Susano style, Susano! This guy names his technique after himself.
Oh, it's timed again, is it?
Yep.
Doing this thing.
So what the heck? I clearly went through that. Damn, no clip. Again, you have to help him be a warrior.
Why, so we can attack a bear? Not posing any threat to him whatsoever. Exploding implosion.
Susano style, Susano! He's like, what the hell?
I just wanted a smackerel of honey.
Oh, it's Totoro.
Oh yeah. Take a nappy. You're an asshole, you know that?
He's proud of it.
Rest in pieces.
I condemn the offense, not the offender. Sure you do. That's why you just randomly attacked that bear when it was doing nothing but standing on that ball, sleeping. You're a jerk, Susan. Ear flap.
I guess I'll read the benefits.
Yep. He leaves, the bear doesn't wake up, and you get a big shiny ball to push around. I will tell you this now, the ball physics in this game suck. Horribly. Like in the beginning here, they're not too bad. But later on, when you encounter the bear in the next section, there's like 3 balls that you have to push to him.
So you can't just pick it up and carry it like you do with all the other animals. Just you have to roll it.
Yep. Good night, Plaza.
Good night, Plaza.
Thanks for joining.
Indeedy. I look forward to your blog on the Animaniacs series.
Yeah, you gotta push that big ball out to the toilet.
Interesting.
No matter where you push it, the question mark never falters. Oh my god, it's a Riddler clue.
Why didn't they get points for unlocking another Riddler trophy?
Maybe it's defective. Push a ball, push a ball, push a ball.
Congratulations, Batman. I have foiled you once again with my superior intelligence. No! You figured out how to flush the toilet.
Ah!
Okay.
Yay! It's overflowing.
Right, where's the Drano? Gee, as if I couldn't figure out what to do next.
We got to show you this again, in case you forgot.
That's kind of a peach-shaped sun, but it'll take it.
Like I said, these versions are very lenient.
Please, do it with the magnifying glass. It's gonna fry it. Oh, it's a Burton tree.
Indeed. Now all we need is Jack Skellington to sing on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll unfurl. Oh, we got the moonlight.
Or we could just have snow come down on it and they can make out on top of it.
Indeed. Oh, here we go.
You mean I have to do 2 dots here?
Yep.
What are the odds? Like I can't spread it.
Oh, it'll get up to the point of where you have to put in 5 dots.
Monkey.
This is probably one of the most useful. Well, I guess useful / mostly used brush technique you will have. This is the one that will help you run faster too.
Okay.
And if you ever want to, like, just kind of go from walking to running, just hold forward on the control stick and dash. She'll go right into the first sprint. There's a couple race mini games in this later on in the story, so that technique will definitely come in useful.
The bloom brush technique can make flowers blossom simply by drawing a circle on a withered tree. Oh, there you go.
I'm Mother Nature. You are not allowed to be dead. I fill you with life.
Draw a circle. Alright, wise ass.
Life!
Okay, so I have to...
Ethan's like, for Christ's sake, here.
Requires a big circle. Try it.
No, I want to make another sun. Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy. There we go.
Yay! Time for divine intervention.
A maple tree.
Flower explosion!
Reminds me of a Fantasia segment now.
Indeed. I would have to. It gets a lot more. Like fantastic as you go along.
Guardian saplings. Guardian saplings. This is what I've always... Okay.
Yay, the big tree is back.
I'm about to put a guardian sapling outside. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, you know?
It's almost like it's all planned out.
Exactly. So, what's this about, some sort of super run here?
Yeah, when you're holding forward, well, I mean, it just she just goes into a sprint. Like right now, she's just kind of jogging, but you can advance to this stage walking just by holding forward on the left stick and dashing. Like doing a headbutt.
Just spank that bottom boy?
Macadabba do it!
Time to get beat, boy.
Even though it's underground. Yeah, when you go through this section again, you do kind of have to refight everything. And I find that to be a little cheap. Oh, there you go, you got him above the ground.
Yep.
You do more damage if you can pluck him out of the ground too. Oh,
pretty flowers.
And piggies!
Do I have anything to feed the piggies? Oh yes. Should give you the fish.
No.
No?
The seeds.
Seeds?
Yep.
The pigs?
Yep.
Okay.
See? Also, once you feed one of them, their little blurb in the animal tome will give you hints on what they like to eat.
Oh, okay, so that's how it becomes helpful.
They love me now. They really love me.
They let me carry them wherever. They shrink. Can I carry this one around? Oh my gosh.
I got bacon.
Quit grabbing up my ass.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one. It'll charge you sometimes.
Okay.
Now in this area, if you go around and bloom all of the trees, you'll get a good prize out of it.
Okay. So you get the fruit right now and make it bloom.
You hit the fruit to stun it, and then when it's stunned, you bloom it.
That blooming tree.
I will revitalize you, whether or not you like it.
You consumed peach. Juicy.
Ah! Mario will not like that. Consumed the princess.
It's actually what very That's what she said.
More hand holding.
Yeah. Let's. No?
Now you just gotta scribble on it. Scribble!
Okay. Oh, the pretty flowers. Okay, I assume that's important.
Yep, that's lore.
Poke holes in the ground with that. Ink becomes a seed and trees sprout forth, confounding foes. Oh, so this is in battle?
Yeah, but you can also sprout trees whenever. Just poke holes in the ground.
Okay. Life forces.
But it can be helpful in battle to block attacks. But it's kind of situational.
This looks like the travel guide. It's an ancient record of the pilgrimage across the land. What do you know? Thanksgiving is coming. Happy Turkey Day!
Yay!
You ever want to read it? Just press the arrow. Guess I'm rather preachy, but at least it'll help you in your travels.
Yep, in those scrolls, it's basically just expands on either things that you can do or lore. In terms of like the more stories, or like more backstory on the Legend of Nagi, Orochi. There's another character that you'll meet in the next area. You'll get some stuff on him. Just a whole lot of stuff. Some of them can be long, but it's basically just backstory stuff.
Consuming the everything now.
Consume. If you jump up that wall there, there's a clover on the other side.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Good call. You?
Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Now you just gotta bloom it,
Oh.
and it'll give you praise. It's just like, what do I do with this black clover?
Exactly.
Here, have a tree. Now you draw a circle around it. Clovers in the Wii version were fickle.
And it follows you creepily wherever you go.
Just like all the plants. Never stop looking at you.
What are you doing, plants? Especially this evil bastard over here.
Oh yeah. I've had a bad day. There's an area, like really late game, where there's a ton of these assholes in there. Make sure you're blooming the cherry blossom trees too.
Oh. I didn't know about that.
Rotten fruit. I love how it gets stars. Oh god. Oh, that makes me think of that line from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Oh,
Stars!
Eddie. That was his name. Look, Eddie, stars.
Hey. It's a shame because I don't like that anymore. Nope.
Now that's like a mix between live action and 2D animation that's actually good.
Indeed.
I think you got all the trees so far.
On that backpack a little bit, see if I
Well, you'll have to backtrack anyway, so... Funnily enough, this area, how it's laid out, is kind of similar to another area in the late game that you'll go through. In terms of its linearity.
Oh.
This game tends to reuse assets.
No, that's not such a bad thing.
I don't know. It does kind of save on space processing power. You gotta break up the party again.
Oh boy.
What? Ah! Don't you smack your booty at me! Yay! And the good thing about power slashing blue is it kind of destroys it, and they don't have it for the rest of the fight. So they just become regular imps.
That's how we like them. Alright, I win. Give me money. Welcome back to the stage of humanity.
I swear my computer, I just want to freaking throw it against the wall at this point.
Next year, use your tax returns. Get a new one.
I'm thinking about it.
I can help.
Nah, you don't have to. But I appreciate it.
Alright, so monkeys eat fish.
Monkeys will pretty much eat anything except plants. So, you can feed them meat, you can feed them fish, you can feed them seeds, but I think they will turn their nose up at the plants.
I'm gonna try this 2-for-1 deal again.
Ah, yes. Yeah, disobey me, tree. Yay!
You have to upgrade anything? Oh, yeah, I can.
It's good to come back to that thing every so often. I would recommend upgrading ink pots first. At least get to... Well, you already upgraded your health, but what I usually do is I upgrade ink first until about 5 before I start upgrading my health.
Okay. Strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I have this weird thing where I look at it and say it needs to be equalized with everything else.
Might be a good time for a stopping point then.
It's getting late.
Yeah.
Getting started.
I know. But we can continue this again another day.
Okay. Well, how about just go until I find one of those mares again? Save it.
Well, there's one just by the front. You're by the front of the valley, and there's one by the gate up there.
I'm burning! I'm burning!
Yeah.
Okay, here's a digging spot. That's a brave life and run to get to. Alright, save. And we pretty much remember what we pretty much know what to do once this is done.
Indeed.
Alright.
Well, this was fun.
Indeed. It was, well, thank you for getting me actually invested in this thing.
Hey, no problem. Always willing to share OKAMI with another person.
Now, one question though, does OKAMI also do origami?
No.
Okay, darn. Alrighty then. Well,
So, this is a good stopping point for now, but we will reconvene at another time.
indeed.
Have some more hijinks with hopefully less technical problems.
Indeed. Look into whatever's going on with your connection there.
Yeah, I will. And I'll slap my laptop around a little.
Okie doke. Thank you everybody who was giving this a watch. And ciao for now.
I hope you were entertained.